Hey all, I guess I'm live. We're out in the woods, collecting some sap. Don't know how well this is gonna go, but don't know how good my reception is going to be. But here I am Sunday evening, collecting sap. Because Monday's supposed to be a real run. And so trying to collect and stay up on top of it. And I might put you down a little bit. I might pick you back up. But we're collecting sap, and I apologize if I'm taking somebody else's live time away, but I'm having a real hard time this season getting things edited. And in fact, this is run number 4, and I didn't even record boil number 3. We had a real good run. Ended up finishing 3 gallons Friday night. But like I said, didn't even record. Just lots of life going on. And, YouTube is just a small portion, but I've had a lot of questions about, how many gallons we're at. And so currently on 47 taps, we have collected right around 275 gallons of sap, and we have made 8.5 gallons of syrup. And so I'm pretty pleased so far. My family, we use about 3 gallons a year. And so anything above that can become gifts. I could sell a little bit here and there, and that's it's all extra. But I do it because I enjoy it. But it's Sunday, and I wasn't planning on collecting this late. But I looked at some of the taps and the buckets. Hey, what's up, Damois? How's your run going? I gotta back into this little hole here. Can't say I've ever backed into this with a camera. But you can see I got a couple taps back in this hole, and it's kind of off my route, but thank goodness for 4-wheel drive, slow and steady. I'm sure that you guys are a lot colder than we are. But yeah, I got little buckets all over the place. Got my my little carry-all here. Our first couple years, I made a yoke and would walk through untamed trails, and that was tough. It was I was always getting twigs and everything in. Then we got the tractor a couple years into the season, or into our farming life here. Oh, excuse me, falling all over. I'll put you guys down for a second so I could actually dump some buckets. But tractor took some of the brunt out of my body. And yeah, I know I gotta pay for diesel fuel, but it's pretty slim cost. That tractor there, I don't think I put more than 15 gallons of fuel in it a year. Big things. Tilling requires a lot of fuel. I'm gonna fill that up. I'll be back. You guys don't worry about me. I'll be back. So yeah, sorry about that. Look forward to hearing some of the comments from people that end up watching this later down the road, say, where the heck did that old YB go? But having the tractor really made a huge difference. You know, I guess good exercise to carry things around and to lift them with your body and all, but I wish I had an odometer on my wheelbarrow wheel, because my goodness, folks, try to get you some of the woods. I love the woods time of year, except I am destroying my trail. I'll have to pull a drag later on. But yeah, I can't tell you how many miles I pushed that wheelbarrow around. Just miles and miles, and it was good for me. But I'm sure you guys love the automation as well, and I guess sometimes it's working smarter and not so much harder. Yeah, I hear you there, Don Bois. It's you know, it's one thing to walk around on leaves, but when you've got to be high stepping because of your as much snow as you have, that's got to be difficult. But we could see 35 degrees out right now. I don't know if you could see it on that white. But I'm quite certain that it'll continue to run probably for another couple hours, and then we're gonna start turning cold. It's supposed to be about 27 tonight, and 41 tomorrow. So I really want to empty these buckets. Mama's inside putting some little kids to bed, and so I appreciate her and allowing me to continue in this crazy hobby. Yeah, very nice sap temps. I was working on a video, and I haven't quite edited it yet, where, you know, with 60 degrees we had about 48 hours of you know, 50 degrees and above, and I had this thing packed full of snow. I was even freezing some sap in freezing sap into 1 gallon pails, and then shoving them into my sap after I ran through the RO, and that was about the only way that I could keep it cold. So hoping to put that video out here next couple days, but you know, still a lot of snow. 63, yeah, absolutely. Doing some work on the wife's van, putting a hitch on it, and we have a little carry-all that we pull behind the van if we do a day trip or something. You know, 5 kids, there's not a lot of extra room in the van, and you know, 60 degrees one day, and then the next day, yeah, you can see that. Look at that. That's off 1 day run here. Put you down for this. And man, out of nowhere it was snowing, and today I'm driving around, it's near 40 degrees and snow's flying, and I don't understand how that works. But These trees are still gushing, and I'm going to take it, folks. I'm going to take it because you know as well as I do that all of a sudden I see the daylilies. Daylilies are starting to push through already, and you know, we get a couple warm days and a couple days where warm rain, and the gig is up. Hydrometer readings have been pretty fair in the woods. We're anywhere from 1.8 to like 2.2, which, you know, 2.2 will get you pretty close to that 40-to-1 ratio. Up by the road though, we've had readings as high as 2.6 one day and 2.8 another day. At 2.8, man, you're down there, you know, 32-to-1, which that's happy sugaring right there. Best I've been able to RO on my last boil, my little do-it-yourself RO system. I was able to bring that sap all the way down to 8.4%, which is 10.2 gallons of sap to gallon of syrup, which you'd think would make it super easy to boil, but it ends up doing a lot of foam up, and I really had to, I couldn't boil it as fast, even though it was, you know, not a lot of quantity. You just can't boil it that fast. But I can't do too much complaining either. So it shaves a, when you can make 100 gallons into 30 gallons, makes your day go a whole lot easier. But yeah, you can see the ruts we put in. But it is what it is. Like I said, I apologize if I'm messing with anybody's live time, and I also apologize that this is super duper grainy, because I've never tried to live stream too far from the house's Wi-Fi, and so somebody out there tell me how bad this is, if it's real spotty or grainy or whatnot, because I don't have a clue, and maybe I'll watch the playback tomorrow. But yeah, so this is what we're doing, and I'd much rather be inside right now. I got some tried uploading a video last night and having an awful fit. Biff, how many taps do you got, Don Bois? Or Don Bois? I'll put you guys down for a little bit. I got 2 or 3 taps right in this area here. I love watching other guys with their videos and really seeing how other folks do this. I really enjoy seeing the different setups and apparatuses, and there's some guys out there with those cinder block arches that are killing it because they've got enough steam pans that their surface area is just incredible. One more bucket. And it's, you know, that's the game, guys. It's all about surface area and having a hot fire. So let's go for a little walk, huh? now we're chasing the sunlight. Pretty nice night though. It's definitely going to crisp off and build a fire inside. And a lot of times on Sunday evenings, the wife and I we'll just sit down with some oatmeal. I know that's kind of a silly old person thing, but it's nice and easy. And a lot of times the temptation, I am looking forward to your evaporator. I'm gonna put you guys down for a second. A lot of times the temptation is to pile on some food, but a little bit of oats does a body good. Oh, that's a good tree. Walking back to the tractor, you know, it's losing my sunlight pretty fast. Oh, let's dump it in. And you know what that means? That means I'm full. That's what that means. I've got to switch barrels here, guys. I'm gonna try to put you up. It might be a little shaky, but you can at least see what I'm doing here. So I just thought about one of those IBC totes. But I don't know that would be good, and I definitely don't think that, you know, water's 8 pounds a gallon. I'm sure that sap is pretty comparable to that. That's a whole lot of weight. We'll try putting up on the struggle bus here, guys. There we go. Am I allowed to say that? Is that politically correct, struggle bus? I was a kid, I used to have to take some speech classes. And we were on a little white bus next to the outside the school where we had our speech classes. So that's what I always think about when I say that. Down to 5. Yeah, absolutely good run here, guys. Yeah, Oak Knob, I've been waiting to see your evaporator you built. I remember my first evaporator. Boy, it was silly, because what I did was I had a friend weld up what I thought was a stainless steel pan, and really it was thick. It was super thick. Good, thank you, Oak Knob. And then what I did was I cut the top off an old wood stove. The problem with that old wood stove was you had to have logs stacked 3 feet high to make any kind of difference, and it wasn't worth it. So I built a little rack inside of it. Still wasn't worth it. And finally, I just used just used the old turkey fryer. Well, so then my syrup is, $53 a quart or something like that for the price breakdown. And so you could. Oh, I'm just trying to read these comments, guys. I'm not looking weird at you. So that's the trail, man, and it gets worse. So I'll put the back blade on later this summer and try to drag it out. And I've got some ruts that never thought I'd have to put some gravel in the woods, or else I'll have to find a sand hole somewhere. put you guys down again. Would have been, it's, yeah, mucky and slimy, guys. What I've been finding lately, though, is as I wander around, whoa, glad you guys missed that. As I start wandering around, I see more and more folk. Start seeing these sugar houses that I've never seen before, and people, you know, tube set up here, tube set up there, a bucket hanging here. We're one of the big sugar houses in our area is down for the year, and they're kind of restructuring, and they've had some you know, issue here and there, so they're not boiling this year. So a lot of the buckets in my area are not on the trees, and I'm sure the other guy, yeah, absolutely, man. Someday I want a sugar shack, but you know, a couple years back, I decided that if something can't serve two purposes, I really can't justify it. I can't justify a building just to making some syrup. That would be silly. I can't justify, you know, even these buckets. If these buckets need to be used for anything else, they can be used for anything else. Those really nice buckets. I think I got them for a Christmas present or something. We had our old house, and those are definitely syrup buckets. Most of these are just Home Depot, or a lot of, I got a friend that brings them by from bakeries, you know, if you go. So yeah, dual purpose. So I thought about building some kind of sugar shack that would double as a, maybe a greenhouse, or really what it'd be is, I'm thinking like a lean-to or something that, you know, I could at least park some equipment into. Maybe a big sliding door on the side. You know, I don't need another giant barn. You know, if I could redo that barn, I definitely would. I would never have built that big of a barn again. I built a couple of smaller barns that, you know, you could actually insulate one, or workshop one, or, you know, some stuff you need to store. But you get a big giant barn, then you want to store every piece of junk you have, and then you say, why do I have all these pieces of junk? And I'm sure, you know, when I was watching Dave over there at you know, the Don Bois homestead, and they're going off grid, I'm sure they started realizing, man, why do we have all this stuff? And that's truth right there. How, you know, why do we have all this stuff? And so big barns, yeah, that's what ends up happening. So yeah, if I get a little sugar shack, I think it's going to be something that, you know, maybe I'll put an outdoor kitchen in it, or maybe a you know, little butcher house too. You know, set up my cutting boards in there. Maybe a little gantry that could, you know, I could bring in a pig on a crane, or, you know, try to plan it out so you only have to build it once. Oh, got the neighbor slow down. They a lot of them are interested, but they don't always stop in, and once in a while they stop in. Had Jehovah's Witness stop by a couple years back, and I don't completely understand that at all, but they stopped in, and after the guy said hello, he asked me what I was doing, and next thing you know, we talked for 45 minutes about my evaporator, and then he went on his merry way. Try and read these comments. Somebody tell me this, do live comments, are they available on the replay? Because these things pop up and I would love to be able to read them. I would love to maybe even respond to them, but they're gone before I even hardly see them. You know, do they actually go onto the replay? Yeah, so that's what we're doing here on a Sunday night. I'm sure a lot of you guys are resting from yesterday and maybe some chores today. And about ready to start the work week. I know most of you guys have a regular day today. And so yeah, hey. So I've been on here for, it says 26 minutes now. Thank you. My battery just said that I am low, and so I'm gonna let you guys go. Hoping to put a boil number 2 video up. Like I said, boil number 3 isn't happening. No footage for that, and we'll work on boil number 4. Should be a doozy. So thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for the chat. I'm gonna watch this through and kind of look at the comments and enjoy the conversation afterwards. So have a killer week, guys. You guys got any questions about syruping? I would love to answer them, and I'd love to ask you guys some questions, because man, I'm still learning here. Stay warm, guys. Have a great night. Bye now, guys. Bye in the office.